Hey, how's it going, everyone? Welcome to the Exercise Nick Show. I'm Exercise Nick. Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Hope your weekend is going pretty good. And if it's not, I'm glad that you're here, so that we could share in everything that's going on here. So as you could see, like right now, there's a instead of Exercise Nikki, I got a poster over there to my what is it, my right, I think. Yeah, and that poster is talking about an event that's coming up. The only thing I think I didn't put in there was the time zone. So look out for another poster with the actual time zones in there, so that you could, that's so that you could check it out. So it's gonna be, a little bit of a showcase, with one of our followers here on the stream. His name is Spencer Magnuson, and he does really nice plugins and tutorials and all kinds of learning stuff to do with Blender. So we're going to get into that on the 3rd of next month, and that's a Saturday. So that's going to be pretty fun. So today on the stream, we're going to jump into Blender. We're going to do some polygon modeling. We're going to have some fun. I might actually even draw this stream. I'll try to draw something. We're going to go back and forth with designing, polygon modeling, and doing concepts for the inside of a mech suit. So the inside of this mech suit is actually something I've been working on for a while. And just to let you guys know, it's a game asset, right? And we have several game assets. We have the in-game, what the player is going to play, and then there's a kind of cutscene one. But I'm thinking that I'm going to have the cutscene one something that you can interact with. So that's on a whole nother like discussion, a whole nother time. So we're gonna get into that and see how that goes. Okay, guys. So I'm gonna fire up Blender and see how things shape out for this stream. Yeah. So let's see how it goes. Let's go. Okie dokie. Hey, there's X and Nikki. Yeah. Hey. I was wondering, if we are gonna have you for the stream. And here's the poster right here, so in case if anybody knows, doesn't know. Okay, so I'm just gonna hide the poster here for a minute. Man, no, let's just leave it up for a second. Let's just jump in and see what we're dealing with here in Blender. Let's check it out. Okay, so this is the interior, and we started to build the interior of this part of the suit. So we're getting into a little more Blender type things, a little more challenging type things. I'm gonna jump in here. Okay. Man, I'm hearing like ultra epic music in my headphones. Are you guys hearing that? Is that better? Okay, there we go. Okay, guys. So in here, we were building different parts of this suit, and you could see I'm building like the inside guts of it. And unlike most things, right? It's recommended. I'm thinking it's recommended that you do concept art for a lot of the things you want to develop on a character, right? And especially for a game. What's going on here, Blend? I'm trying to get full screen on this. Okay, let's save that. So I'm gonna go ahead and get some more of the interior there, and ideally what I want to do is to actually visualize this, right? But I'm using Blender as kind of a sketch, and this is what 3D Code is really good for. But because so many of you out there use Blender, I'm trying my best to kind of be more Blender oriented, right? So we're gonna do more Blender stuff here. Okay, so let's jump in here and let's start working on this thing. So let's jump ahead. Let's go to where the arms are, because that's where I think this apparatus is gonna be most needed, right? So let's jump in here. I'm gonna grab a copy of this guy right here, and I'm gonna unlink him from. I'm just clear him from the main parent. Clear parent. Okay. Okay, here we go. Let's rotate this. So I'm gonna rotate this. Let's see what the rotations are. Let's bring that up. Okay, I see. Let's go 90 on the X. Ooh, that flipped it. I think you could with Blender if you hold. Alright, let's put screen. Let's put screen keys on. This should be on by default. I don't know why it keeps turning off here. Okay, so I'm rotating this, and if you hold Control, you get like kind of like a snap. It snaps to like a certain degree. So I'm gonna grab that, hold Control. See, it snaps, and you could watch to see what it snaps to. Yeah, all right. Rotation 100 degrees. I guess that's correct. Isn't it supposed to be like minus 90 maybe? Minus 90. There you go. That's more like it. I'm gonna rotate this. Rotate, and you can press Z, and then you can tap 90. Basically, that's what you could do here in Blender. Blender is so cool with the shortcuts. Okay, I'm gonna bring this over. Now this part I really want to fit properly, and I want to see how our arm is gonna fit in here. Right? It's good to like, if you're doing like this kind of design, to use common elements within what it is you're doing. Okay, let's go to the side view. Okay, I can see this is a circle part here, and ideally we would want this something like that. And I think last time I was talking about padding, and I would definitely, I think padding in this would be pretty cool. I'm gonna duplicate this now. So rotate. Let's see. Rotate along the X, yep, and let's go 180, right? Alright, so we kind of get like a ring vibe, and we're just using the same kind of, we're going to use the same elements, and that's going to give it that kind of manufactured feel, right? King Dumuli, how's it going? Yo, 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 what's up? What's up? King Dumuli is in the house, everyone. What's up? How you doing?
Cuteness over 9,000!
Doing good, yeah. So right now what we're doing here, King Dumuli, we're doing the interior of this bot, right? So in the last stream, I did like the interior of the lower leg, and I did this platform where she places her feet in to control the bot. Now I'm doing like where her arms are supposed to land into like these kinds of rings and that kind of thing. So you be getting your hands on Blender? Yeah. You know, let me know, you know. Of course, you know, let me know if you need any help, you know. Any help with anything, sir. I want to make sure that this element is directly in the center of this thing here, and there's several ways to do that. You could basically, what you could do, you could select like the inner element, this line here, let's see this, select something like that, and maybe select the opposite side, and you could tell the 3D cursor to just land in the center of this, because I want this element to be in there. So I'm gonna Shift S and cursor to selected. So now the 3D cursor is in the center of that. And I'm going to select these two elements and go Shift S again. Selection to 3D cursor. So now they're directly in the center of that element. Let's go to the top here. I'm going to view this as wireframe also. Take a look. It looks like a mess. So we're going to go back to shaded. Let's see if we can overlay wireframe on top of it. Oh, that's not bad. Let's bring the opacity of the wireframe down a bit so it's not as harsh. Okay. You started making some short streams where you oh really? Well, King Demule, you should invite me to that. You know, I could watch you and support what you're doing. You know, that's what we're all about on here. We support each other, right? At least that's what I would think, you know. Let me know. Yeah, let me know, King Demuli. I'll come in and check you out. I'm gonna bring this more to the middle here, guys, or to the end, the inner part, so it's kind of more like this. So, okay. Did I join your? Should I join you? Let me check. I'm gonna click on King Demuli here. Let's see. Let's see if I could join what King Demuli is doing here. Oh, okay, that's cool. Okay, I'm gonna follow you, King Demuli. And just in case if anybody out there is watching, this is King Demuli's Twitch stream, and he's doing stuff in Blender, and it looks like yeah, is that all Blender? What pro are you using? The GIMP in there? What is that? Oh, Photoshop maybe? Very cool stuff. And thanks for sharing that. That's awesome. Okay, so I got this kind of O-ring thing here, and in truth and in fact, if you're doing any kind of like interior of a mech, like this is the interior of a suit, right? And if you're actually doing that kind of stuff, what is playing right now? I think it's Roller Coaster Tycoon stuff is playing. Let's get off of that. There's a lot of Roller Coaster Tycoon music going on. Okay, we're off of that now. Okay, guys. So like basically, and if you're doing any like robotic stuff, I mean, unless you're like really into like engineering, there's no real there's no real way of showing like human interfacing with a hard suit type thing, you know. So you gotta like either visualize it by doing, just visualize it by doing concept art, or like I'm doing sketching here in Blender for that. I just want to scale this up to see what this is going to look like scale up. Oh, okay, I see. Oh, A Sprite. Oh, A Sprite. Oh, A Sprite linked with Blender. That's so cool. So there's a plugin for that. That's interesting. So I just scaled up this element, and you would probably, in truth and in fact, if you had like a suit like this, you'd probably like want to have it as spacious inside of the person, or the suit could fit like a glove, and then the suit will be different. So it's kind of like you got to think about those things. I'm looking at this, and what I'm thinking about, it would be nice to keep the size of these rings and probably just add more. So I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to do that, but let's see what we could do here. I'm going to add a circle just as a template. I'm going to scale that circle down. I'm going to rotate it. Rotate X. I mean, this is an interior of the game model, and probably what is happening there, that it might actually, you mightn't actually see it for that long in the game. So sometimes stuff like that happens. But if it's wrong, then it's not going to feel good. You need to find another thing to model. Now, King Demuli, are you mostly into doing characters? Or you just model anything? If I could get this element, guys, to go around this thing, I think that might work. Let's see if we could try something crazy. So I'm gonna select this. I'm gonna separate that. All right. Let's see if we could try something crazy in Blender. I don't know if it's gonna work, guys. I'm just trying something, right? Let's just save this. And without touching anything else, I'm gonna see if I could link this to the circle. I don't think it would actually work that well, but we gotta give it a shot, right? I'm gonna select these two elements and let's isolate everything so we keep things nice and simple. By pressing the slash on your keyboard, you can isolate elements without hiding your collections. So King Demule, are you mostly into doing characters, or are you gonna try to? You want to learn making original characters? Yeah, okay, I like that. I like that. Visual characters so far. No, I'm modeling characters from reference. Okay, yep. Yeah, yeah. If you're learning modeling characters from reference, definitely is where it's at for now. Yeah, you're doing the right thing for sure. Okay, let's see if we could link this to that. You know what? It might even be that crazy. I mean, I don't have to link it to that per se. I just have to put this in the right position and then rotate it. Yeah. So you see, I'm thinking ahead. Okay, let's try doing that. I just have to bring it up to that position. So let's go to the side view. Well, first, let's see if we can link it. Normally this doesn't work that well in most 3D programs, but let's see how it works in Blender. So, let's see where we got here. Well, we could do a deform, right? Curve. Okay, let's try the curve deform. I'm not sure how this is going to work. Probably not. Let's not do that. Let's do like more like a path constraint type thing. Let's see if that works. And yeah, let's leave that like that. Let's do constraint. Follow path. I'm not sure if this is gonna work, guys. Let's see. Whoa, it's all the way over here. You know why? Because you gotta change, you know, these you know, which direction it's going so okay. Oh, look at that. It's back on track. It's back in action. Offset. Oh wow. Let's do follow curve. Curve radius, nope. Fixed position, nope. Okay, it wants to do the right thing. Hold on here. Oh wait a minute, I'm missing something here. Follow path, Bezier circle. Do we have the right thing selected? Hold on. Okay, that's selected. I want to see if something moves. Okay, so that's moving. Right, it's offset. Okay, so that's kind of what I was looking for. I want to see something here. Oh man, I'm gonna clicking each thing. Do I know Gromity? No. What is Gromity? Is that a program? That's basically what I want right there, guys. Right there. Oh. It's a mix. It's a mix of something. Every time I get it to line up to where I think it should be. Okay, so you know what? Let's do this. Let's get this back on track here. Go X. Right? We could fix this. show you guys a little cheat. Show you guys a little cheat here. When things don't want to behave, you make them behave. What is grummety? Tell me about it. It's gourmety. Okay, I got you. Gourmety. What is that? Look at that. Okay, it's kind of what I want, but not quite. Oh, Italian minifigures of monsters or different natural elements. Okay, they're so. Okay, I gotta look this up then. You want me to look it up? I'm gonna check it out. That sounds pretty cool to me. I just could have typed it, but I'm a copy and paste guy. Oh, okay. Do they have a cartoon of this? Is that what I'm seeing? Oh, but these are the figures here then. That's cool. So you're gonna try to model yours to look kind of like that, and are you gonna probably try to 3D print it? I think there's some 3D printing services out there. You could print your own toys if you wanted. No, this is the one thing I like. That's pretty cool. That's very cool right there. This is the one thing I like 3D Code for is that they actually in 3D Code actually has a thing in there. Once you do your model, you could break it up. You could break up your model like a toy with the socket and joints to fit, like right there in 3D Code. You know, so like as soon as you finish do your modeling, or if you model in Blender, you could bring a sculpt. You could bring it over in 3D Code and use their tool to like make the arm joints and the leg joints. I was like, whoa, this is so cool. I gotta do that sometime. Maybe a toy of me or Ex Nikki or something. Final Evolution, is that the newest one? Is that the coolest one? Whoa! It's like tons of them. It's badass. Wow. Wow, so they have all kinds. I wouldn't play this stuff right now on here because, because of copyrights and stuff, but this looks very cool. Man, they have all kinds of them. It's like they're like Pokemon. Is it like over 100 of them? There's so many. Yeah, man. Wow. Probably more like 500. Yeah. Okay, okay. Wow. Wow, thanks for sharing this. This is like the coolest thing ever. Not really a big monsters guy myself, but I totally get it, you know? I mean, I think I've designed one or two monsters already. Anyway, guys, you know, so this is kind of working, but it's not. So I'm just gonna get rid of this. Boinks. And let's Z that back. Let's fix that. Okay. I'm gonna get rid of that. Right? And I'm just gonna do it manually. And that's fine. Gonna bring that there. Bring that up there. Let's see if we can get a general, like, where it should be. Why isn't this, this should be totally lined up to that. Okay, let me see what I could do here. Yeah, like sometimes in doing this stuff, you could kind of see where maybe, like when I was modeling, like it wasn't quite correct. You know what I'm trying to say? And that happens, right? You know, like nobody gets everything perfect the first time, right? But you could just work with yourself. Yeah, there were kids famous around some other parts of the world. Okay, probably not in the U.S. They're kind of, yeah. Yeah, that's the first time I ever heard about those, but I like that stuff, you know. But there's all in the US. There's all kinds of toys, you know. You know, some of those toys, you know, I'm thinking that you gotta be kind of careful with some of them because you know you just gotta be careful with some of the toys and stuff. You know, because some of them come across a little too evil. You know, sometimes it's like, so yeah, some of the toys you gotta be careful because like what is you know, it's kind of like I like toys where like the superheroes is superheroes and the bad guys is bad guys. You know, but that's me. You know, that's what you know. But yeah, definitely design some monsters. I mean, we have like a whole for Soul 3000. We have a whole squad of bad guys that I designed, I have to admit they're kind of fun to design because you could do all kinds of weird stuff. You know, it's not like you're trying to make them look cool per se, or they're bad guys, but in like trying to make them look like bad guys, sometimes they look kind of cool. You know, the designs that is. You know, not that you know bad guys are cool. Bad guys are definitely not cool. But you know, I digress. You know, I didn't like cartoons that made the good guys boring. You know, I didn't like that at all. I only liked cartoons growing up where the good guys were cool themselves. Talking about dangerous toys. Oh yeah, yeah. I think like there was like some toys that you know besides being evil, there were some toys like were just not good because you know it was like it could hurt you like the way they designed the toys, like they might have sharp edges or you know stuff like that. Yeah, but doing that kind of stuff is fun, man. I'm so glad that you're getting into that stuff. Pretty sure you're gonna have a lot of fun doing it. Okay, guys, so I'm gonna do this manually rather than you know, I was thinking like some big convolute, you know, some big way where I attach it to a spline and have it duplicate along the spline, and you could totally do that in Blender, but sometimes the easiest, most low tech way is faster. So the most low tech way is basically to select that, hit Shift D, and then just rotate. No big deal, like that, and then in Blender. Am I actually in the middle here? What's going on? Hold on. Hold on, guys. I gotta get in the middle of this thing. Okay, that's the middle. Grab. Okay. I'm gonna duplicate this. I'm gonna rotate it a little bit, right? And in Blender, there's a repeat function. So I'm just gonna do that and press repeat. Repeat last. Oh, oh, can we do repeat history? Uh, you know what? The repeat. There's no more history because I undo. I undid. Anywho's, yes, yeah, whatever. Let's just do let's just do that again. Keep it low tech. It's all good. I'm just kind of eyeballing it at this point. Is this something to make kids buy more of them? The cartoon? Yeah, yeah. That's kind of like Pokemon. You know, so Pokemon kind of was the same thing, just to get kids to buy more of these toys. Yeah, definitely. But fun though, you know. I mean, like, you know, playing with toys as a kid is a lot of fun. Okay, so this is not the way to do this stuff, guys. And I have to just make sure and let everybody know. I'm gonna get rid of these ones up here. Okay, so I'm gonna equal out the. I'm gonna make sure that these on the bottom here is somewhat okay. Let's rotate this, or rotate. Alright, so that should probably drop like about probably right there, and this one should drop probably like right about there, and then this one should be directly in the middle. What? Yeah, that is. They're just trying to push toys, man. Yeah, at that point, yeah, for sure. That's a lot. Wow. No, no. Is it the? Well, you said it's hot, right? So they do have an audience for that stuff. Okay, I'm gonna come back here and take a look. Wow, so that's strict. Yeah, that's a strict Italian. Okay, that is very interesting. I'm gonna isolate this and the spline one more time. Okay, I'm gonna go into different views and make sure that this is rotated like the spline, and then I know it will be rotated in the suit properly. So I kind of do like that. Make sure that's kind of straight, somewhat straight there. Let's go to the side view. Oh, big part of your childhood. Well, that's cool. You know what's kind of like that? You know, I don't know if you. Well, you probably know about this. You ever heard of Thundercats and that kind of thing? There was literally an episode. I don't know if you were around, King Demuli, where I kind of went through some 80s cartoons. I mean, that's the kind of cartoons I remember growing up, like some 80s cartoons. So I played things like Tiger Sharks, and I played things like, yeah, I think I just did Tiger Sharks for a while, and then you know, I remember things like okay, so that's in there. Yeah, so in the 80s had a lot of like those kinds of cartoons. A lot of them. Okay, I'm gonna bring the 3D cursor to the center of the thing here, and I'm gonna duplicate this over to the other side. So what I'm gonna do, I'm selecting this, and I'm gonna apply rotations and scales for that, and then I'm going to I'm gonna Alt D to duplicate it. Then I'm gonna Control M for mirror along the X-axis. And because I had it on the 3D cursor, it just went over on the other side, just so I could see what's going on. Yep, and this is properly rotated in there. Although I think this should be smaller to allow for like the padding that I want, but we'll leave it like that for now. Let's go. You gotta start modeling Gromity. Which is your favorite? Which is your favorite? Which is your favorite? I keep saying Gromity, but it's Gromety. What is your favorite? What is your favorite Gromety? I saw a bunch of them. Start giving me some names. Okay, we're gonna use this here to trace the characters where the body is going to be. I'm gonna start at the knee, and the knee is the furthest point, and this is just for this side. So I might be doing too much detail, but guys, this is a passion project, so I'm just joking. Tometra or Tremetra. I gotta check that out. Let's look up Tremetra. So some gourmetists, okay, have different figures in different series, and sometimes they are very different, like Pokemon evolutions. Okay. Okay, I gotta put Google. Oh, look at it. Oh, it's like a not an aardvark I'm thinking of. Pangolin almost. Yeah, it's like a pangolin. This guy. Oh, this one is cool right here. I like the arms always bent like that. These other arms are straight. I don't know if I dig these straight ones, but I like the way this one is bent. It makes it look cool. Okay, so I'm guessing he makes like earthquakes and stuff. Is that what he does? He makes... It's like a hippo face. Wow, he's really like a mix of different things. Ah, look at this one. Somebody like made him look more superheroic, like a guy. Wow. Look at this one. I think somebody probably made this one themselves. They probably have knockoffs and stuff. Boo Bamboo. Let's check out Boo Bamboo. Oh, look at this guy. Oh, that's a cool image right there. Yeah, I was trying to get to it. This is a toy right here. That's so cool. Boo Bamboo. So Kingdom Mule, if you're doing your models, I expect them to look just like this with color and everything. That's so cool. I like it. Wow. That's so creative, man. They took like all kinds of different things and just made like these kind of characters out of them. That is a cool that I think that's very cool. Okay, I'm gonna do like one, two, I'm gonna do three down here. Three of this. Whoa, whoa, whoa. With the most simple you found. Is that what you were modeling? Is that what you were modeling in your thing? Was that a gourmety? I hope I'm saying the word correctly. Oh, gourmety. Okay, let's get gourmety. Gourmety is gourmety. Okay, there you go. Thanks for clearing that up. Oh, I don't sound so crazy. He's like, ah, X-Nick know what he's talking about. Okay, I'm gonna isolate these things right here, and I'm gonna take a look at it. So isolation is in Blender is really good, so you could look at stuff. And I know, guys, like this, if you're watching this and you're like, oh my gosh, this is like all kinds of lines and stuff like that. Believe you me, it's a lot what I'm doing is a lot simpler than it appears. I'm just taking elements and moving them around to kind of visualize what the interior of this model should look like for a game project. This is not going to be the finals. It's just more of like it's like a sketch, right? I'm sketching. The one you made in your stream is another character. Okay. His name is Otumo. Okay. It's a mascot for a Korean rhythm game. Oh, yeah. Okay. Now, do your viewers know about these things that you're doing? Do they? I mean, are you getting like gourmety fans and rhythm game fans? Do they know what do you have to like tell them what it's about? Like, how about your stream? Because you're totally educating me on what it is you're doing right now, so I thank you for that. I could check stuff like that out later. I could check it out later. Okay, let's see what this looks like. Let's bring back the model. Yeah, boy, that's gonna work. You see her leg has got to be more out like that because it's just crashing into the thing. But it's no big deal. No big deal. We can work with that. Let's just bring this out a bit. Bring this out a bit. And now right there. Yeah, that works. This would be the most uncomfortable suit to get into because there's like these metal things that are all over your all over your feet. It's gonna look cool. It's not gonna be practical. I never said it's gonna be practical. Oh, okay, I got you. I got you. Unlike me, who talks your ear off. I just get so excited when anyone comes in and says hello and stuff like that. I mean, I know I don't have to like talk and engage anyone, to be honest, but I don't know, you know. I just want you to feel welcome and comfortable as much as possible. Okay, so I think this is successful here for now, so I'm gonna like let's just merge these. What I do is I convert them, and then we let's unparent them, keep transforms, and then we probably could join them. Control J. Okay, and I could get rid of these things here. There we go. So that is working. Alright, these things look like they're floating because I would definitely want to build padding up in here, but it's all good. Alright, so I'm gonna select this main element and let's apply rotations and scales. And because I'm gonna mirror it along the axis of the 3D cursor by coming up here in the viewport. Oh boy, look, I have a magnifier. I have a magnifier to show what I'm doing. Check it out. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Where are we? We're right here. And I'm gonna choose 3D cursor right here. Bazamos. So now anything I do, let's get out. Okay. It's gonna be around the 3D cursor. So I'm gonna mirror these elements right here over to that side so I can see what things look like. So I'm gonna go Alt D. Alt D. Oh. Okay. Oh, my bad. Alt D. There you go. And then Control M and X. Bam! I got them over here. Alright, so we can just kind of see how this is shaping up. Now I'm gonna hide the interior of the mech suit. I just want to see what the structure is gonna look like. So I'm just gonna select these, select this, select that. I'm gonna hide these things. Whoa, where's wait a minute, where's, oh, did I merge this with this? Okay, let's unmerge those things. My bad, guys. Let me get this. Let me fix this. Ooh, what's going on there? I don't know. What's going on? Okay, guys. Oh, I see what's going on. Hold on. What time is it by me here? The time here is like 6 p.m. What time is it where you are at? King Demule is like, it's time to go to bed. That's what time is it, Nick? Nick? Why is that like that? That's odd. Oh, snap! That look what happened here. We gotta fix that. Okay, let's fix that. Wow, that was weird. Okay. Selecting these elements back and separating them. Okay, where were we? So we're about to hide like this suit thing here. And so I could just see the structure. Yeah. Keep them the same size, same elements, just rearranging them. It's time to go to bed. Hey, King Nemuli. I'm glad you came by and said hello. And you know, we had you showed me about gourmet tea, which is kind of cool. I'm gonna see what those things are about. And that's for you, King Nemuli. You'll hop on Blender. Okay. You get your gourmet tea modeling journey. That is so cool. I would try my best to stop by and say hello and check you out. I'll stop by and tell you that I'm going to bed. How about that? I'm just joking. Man, that would be so cool, man. Which gourmet you're gonna do again? You said you're gonna do a simple one. Which one are you gonna do? Just so that I can have a heads up before I jump into it, so I can kind of know what you're doing. Oh, okay. Okay, cool. You could do all that on stream too. That's cool. All right. Sounds good. Yeah, I'll look out for that. I think that's gonna be cool. Okay, guys, I'm gonna duplicate this. Okay, clear parents, and see what we got. You think you found it already? Oh. Wait a minute. So you got a collection? How much gourmetis do you have in your collect? Oh, gourmetis you have in your collection? That's what you said. That gourmetis. Just wondering. You say you got a collection, so I'm guessing you probably have a good little bit. What? You got 221? That is awesome. What? 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 That is cool, man. What? King Nemuli, let me ask you a question before you go. And you finish making, are you gonna try to collect as many, if not all of them? And you know what? I'm thinking about it. They probably have some rare ones too, right? Like some rare gourmetis. I want to ask you a question, King Nemuli. Let me know. Let me know if you're down. If you're down for a question. You might know what the question is. Ask me. Okay, check this out. So the question is, King Muley, we have. I'm having a new segment starting Saturday, coming next Saturday. It's gonna feature one of the. It's gonna feature Spencer Magnuson. You should know who he is. He's well, you know, you should know. You'd probably see him in the Discord, and you know, we're gonna show some work that he's done and some plugins and stuff. Would you like to be the other epic showcase and we show all your gourmety stuff and we talk about that? Would you want to do that? You could say no. You don't have to say yes, but I mean, I think it's cool. Like I don't think like a lot of whoa, yeah, I think it might be a cool thing, man. And it's only like half hour, right? So it's only half hour showcase. It's not long. It's not like for the whole stream. It's just a segment of the stream. You know, if you want to talk about your channel and if you want to talk about gourmety and what, yeah, if you want, you know, and it's going to be a part of the stream. I think it might be cool because I don't think a lot of people in the US even know what gourmety is. That's the first time I've ever heard of them, and they look very cool. I mean, it's cool designs and everything. And you have like 200 of them. You could talk about your Is that over your lifetime? Or did you like decide to go and just buy them in one swat? Is that like a, you know, did you start collecting those when, you know? I know some people like when they were young, they maybe couldn't afford to buy certain toys, and when they get older or when they start making money, they go and buy all of them. Yeah, cause definitely, I would like to. Epic showcases basically all the epic people in our community, people like yourself, and there's, you know, like a ton of others, like 13 Heads, and there's some newer people that came in and that kind of thing. Oh, this one is gonna hurt right there. I'm gonna bring that down a bit. Okay, I think that's it for this. I think the interior of the chest has got to be something different, but maybe like the limbs is this kind of thing. Yeah, that's a ticket. It's a good idea. Okay, you start with the one you had as a kid, okay? You had like 20? Okay, okay. Oh, okay, yeah. You go to those vintage sales and stuff, okay? Vintage stuff markets, okay? What? For like €1? Is that euro or pounds? Most of the time, okay. Yes, euro, okay, yeah. Wow. Man, what a bargain. Totally. So what I do for the showcase, I do a dry run so that we can have an idea, and we get comfortable and stuff. Just one day. But I'll talk. I'll DM you sometime later in the future, and we'll organize it. So do it. Okay. Whoa! Oh, you mean $1.14? €1 is $1.14. Yeah. Okay. Ah. Ah. Okay. That is ultra cool. I wonder what other like toy series are out there in the world that we never heard of. You know, especially me. I haven't heard of. You know, I haven't heard of a lot of like different toys. I only heard of like any kind of US type of stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna mirror this on the x-axis. Okay, so we got the limbs. Oh, you know what, guys? I gotta do the reverse side too. I'm going to take this. Let's duplicate that and let's move that on the inside. I think having two in there is going to look cool if you happen to glance in on the model while you're playing the game and see that. I think that'll look cool. Let's go normal on that. Let's just do two right here. Oh, can we rotate it? If you just happen to glance in on the model and you see that, I think it's gonna look cool. Let's rotate that. And that point doesn't even feel like it's the center. Like, what's going on here? Hold on. Oh, whoa. Oh, let's go center geometry. That's the center. Okay, let's rotate. I don't want to scale it because I'm still trying to keep the fact that there are. Let's do something like that. Right? So all you need to get a glimpse. You just need to get a glimpse of that because you're not going to see all the way down in there. And I'm going to merge this back with this. Control J. Okay. You send me on Discord some of your collection. Okay. And the one you want, yeah, totally do that. Yeah, I want to see it before you go. That's so cool. Okay, guys, so that's it. All right, so this is making some level of sense, and the interior is a whole different apparatus, right? So we're coming up with this stuff, guys. I mean, and it's not perfect, right? Ideally, her arm should be like completely centered within these O-ring type things or whatever, but it's all good. It's all good. Okay, let's hide the front. Right, and let's deal with the back stuff. So now we could finally see like how this actually fits in here. Yeah, this last one is crazy. It's crazy, but it's a game, guys. I could always adjust it later. Okay, let's take a look at the back here. Here, oh, that's the front. Okay, this is the back. Okay, so we just got to do the ring things for the back. Who came up with this idea to do this again? Oh yeah, me. Okay, I'm gonna grab one of these here. Okay, let me see if you sent that. I'll take a look right now. Yeah, Mulo. Whoa. Do you want me to show this on stream or you want me to look at it after stream? I didn't realize it was a video. Yeah, your pixel your low poly art in Blender is nice. I like it. Yeah, I remember you did the ramen.
How interesting. Just look at that.
Oh, that's awesome. Is that the bamboo guy? What? You know what? Maybe you want me to show it on stream so that people, like, if anyone is watching or will watch, that they could see and they'll probably go over to your stream? Oh, that's not the bamboo guy. I was wondering that because, like, his head, I thought he had his head in his hands. That's one like him. Okay, my bad. My bad, my bad. I stand corrected, Mulo. King Demuli. Still from the forest element? Okay. That is such a cool idea to do different elements, you know. I mean, I know other things have that, but, you know. Yeah, they are cool. Okay, what's going on here? Rotate Z 18. Oh. Okay. Help if my noise lock is on. Okay, there we go. Oh, I can show it? Okay. Okay, guys, so check this out. This is King Demuli's very cool collection of you know, quick speed run of his very cool gourmeti. Oh, of wood. Okay, that's this guy here. Let's show this guy first. That is cool. So this is like his head and this is like his hand. You could like hit stuff with it. Wow, this is very cool. Oh, to model this in Blender is gonna be cool too. Yeah, this will be a nice one to model. You're right. Simple, a couple cylinders and some sculpting. Yeah. Okay, guys, let's check this. Whoa, let's go back. Wow. This is King Demuli's collection. Oh man, I noticed you have a good bit of anime up there. I started to collect the Akira collection, but I stopped it. I stopped it. That's funny. I stopped. But you know, wow. Let's play that again. Wow, look at some of these ones. Wow, so cool. Wow, look at all these guys down here. Oh man, you're gonna have whoa and some more on the top shelf, dude. Like, if I didn't know any better, I would have. You know, I thought that you collected all of them already. Okay, I love it. I love it. Yeah, that's so. Thanks for sharing, Kingdom Muley. We should definitely do an epic showcase on some of the stuff that you have going on. I think it's very fun. It's a side view here. Let's just show the side view. Wow, and that's his head right there. This is like a wood robot. I like it. There we go. So it's a front view here. And you could almost take these images and use them as reference in Blender, right? Nah, yeah, this is good, man. Okay then, King Demuli, you have a good night, and yeah,
How interesting. Just look at that.
I think it would be very cool to have a epic showcase with some of that stuff that you just showed me. It does look epic. Part of an epic childhood, right? Oh, guys, you seen the problem I'm seeing right here? Ah, somebody didn't think this all the way through. We could cheat though. I mean, it doesn't have to be 100%, right? It just has to be close. It just has to look right. And of course, if we have like a second edition or whatever it is, then we do it right. Because, you know, probably have staff, maybe, maybe I hire King Demuli to help me. Or you know, if you're watching me, who knows, maybe one of these days I might be like, hey, we're hiring, and if you want to design cool stuff, and model cool stuff, yeah. Or draw cool stuff, who knows? It may happen. Okay, I'm gonna leave this like this here, guys. I think this is fine. I'm just gonna do that for the rest. Right, the problem is that you should mod. Oh, okay, yeah, model in like a T-pose. If I would want to animate it in the future, yeah. So that's, yeah. You're actually touching on a point right here where I've brought up before in the past. There's like 3 different ways you could actually model a character to use. The first 2 ways you could use for animation, so you could use the T-pose thing. Or you can use an A pose where the hands is kind of to the side a little bit, and that's kind of like what I do right here. So like all my characters, they're the hands are kind of like slightly to the side, and that's not like the best way, but it's a way you could use to animate your characters and still sculpt, and you could model them and they'll look good. Yeah, that guy kind of T-pose. Yeah, I think the pose that he's in is pretty good enough, you know. And then the T pose is good for like general stuff. You know, if you want to really do like a bunch of animations on it. A pose is somewhat good. That's the one I use, where the hand is on to the side. And then you have then when you model, there's also in pose sculpting, which is what the toys is. The toys is kind of in pose already, and then they sculpt them and then they break them up. And that's not really that good for animation. So you're gonna have to pick your battles there. All straight. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you're doing it, you just model it the way that it is, you know. I think it'll work out, you know. And then you have to like challenge yourself to put bones in it properly. So yeah, yeah. Okay, guys, I'm making another copy here. Yeah, I'm gonna rotate this to see if we could get this all nice and squared up. Actually, this look like this might be right here already. Just gonna go in this view. Okay, let's bring this out. Let's bring this down. Okay. I think this might be good to go. Let's go in a side view here again. Oh, let's rotate this a little bit. Yeah, that's a good idea. Animate that little guy for the rhythm game. Are you gonna do him dancing? Animating a dance might be something else. Dancing to the same rhythm from in the rhythm game, the same beat. I'm gonna pull back on that a bit there, guys. All right, guys, we're almost there. I think that's working. Let's go to our front view again. Duplicate that. Let's go to the top here. I'm just gonna rotate. Okay, let's go back here and take a look at what we got. I'm gonna pull this back a bit. Oh, maybe need to rotate this guy a bit. He's got flying arms, so it's so easy. Yup. You could just have him dancing like the Running Man. You know that dance, the Running Man? He just runs on the spot. That might really be a good rhythm game dance, but it might be an easy dance to do. It might be easy to animate. Oh, let me check that out. Just got your DM there. And this Discord likes to go all over the place. Whoa. You can't really see it. But that's so cool. You just turned the lights on and took that picture. Wow. And I know like these glow in the dark ones, you gotta charge it. You gotta make sure like this in the sunlight or something and the glow really. Wow, that's so cool that they glow in the dark like that. It's like parts of their body glow. Huh? That's awesome. I like that. They probably have different properties. Do they have any gourmeties that are kind of like they have soft parts to them, like jelly kind of like silicone parts or something? I'm wondering. Oh, they don't have any like that? Okay, okay. Do they have ones that I have another question. Do they have ones that the color changes sometimes if you touch it or if you put it in water or something like that? Do they have that kind of stuff too? But they have the glow in the dark ones. I don't know if they have a color change one. Oh, they don't have that one either. Okay, so yeah, they just have the glow in the dark one. Okay, that's cool. I remember there was a G.I. Joe my brother had where I think it was like Xandar was his name or something. Like you could like if you touch him like his skin changes, and if you put him in the sun it changes. If you put him in water it change. You know, like change like purple or something, and you know. I remember as a kid seeing that I was like, wow, how they do that? That's so cool. Okay, I'm gonna go to the side view so I could like see how to rotate this properly. Well, let's just rotate it here first for a little bit. Okay, let's go to the front view here. Let's make sure this is rotated properly. Yeah, some have two pins inside of them under their foot. Oh, okay. This you could put them on there. Okay. And the base loads the circuit inside the Gometi. That makes him. Okay. That is cool. Also, the base kind of activates. Oh, okay. Like it's like whatever the Gometi's phrase is. Let's catch bad guys. I'm just saying that. I'm pretty sure it's not that. Mmm. You have one of the bases. Okay. Oh, you have different bases. Okay, I got you. Wow, so like there's more. So there's some of them have functionality inside of them. That is cool. Whoa, hold on there. Let's go halfway on that.
King
Really
Daniel, I
thanks.
just redeemed posture check.
Okay, I'm straightening up. Oh, my back feels so much better now. Oh, King Demir, you're a lifesaver. See ya. Have a good night. Thank you. See you later. Yeah, this is X Nikki's way of saying have a good night. She just says wow. Okay, thanks for sharing. I'll contact you later, you know, maybe we could really do an epic showcase stream. Which everything that you're doing because it's epic. I'll see you later. Okay guys, so let's finish this here. Yeah, let's merge these last two back here. Okay. Alright, as in true fashion, guys, I'm going to mirror this over to the other side. So let's make sure that 3D cursor is in the middle in Blender. Go global on that. I'm going to duplicate these, Alt D. I'm going to Control M and mirror it along the X. So the other side gets it, and this is just for me to see it right now. And I'm going to do the same thing again. There we go. Okay, here we go. So that takes care of like the limbs. So it's just basically the inside would be a whole different kind of thing. I think something should come up around your head. Let's sketch that out real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and save this. We kind of don't need this thing anymore here, so I can just get rid of this little piece right here. Let's hide this little back piece here. Let's hide this outer piece. So this is basically the internal things that should work for this. In truth and in fact, like maybe down here shouldn't have these things. This just looks stupid. These should just truly be for the arms and the legs. That will make sense. I mean, nothing else is going down in here. So, you know, sometimes when you do this stuff, you gotta kind of like make these kinds of decisions. So let's just get rid of that. It's all good. Let's keep it like that. This makes much more sense. Where's that bottom part? There we go. I mean, we do lose the fact that the bottom part has like some stuff in there. It's all good, but I have an idea. Let's bring the front part in. Where's that front part? Here it is. Inside the back. Okay, I believe these things should connect to the front part, so let's do that. I'm gonna come over here, and I'll show you guys what I mean by that. Okay, let's come back here and let's take a look. Solid mode. And I'm going to extrude extra. Let's extrude. Oh. E for extruding. So I'm going to do this and I'm just going to angle this like that. So literally we're going to have it head over there. Let's do that. Alright. So it's like a structure like that. And then of course we got to get rid of these extra pieces. So many different ways to go about doing this. Let's see if we could use this to cut into that. Say, I'm gonna just duplicate this. Let's go in here. Let's get rid of the mirror. Right. Select this. Is this mirrored? This is not mirrored. Okay, I'm gonna select that and then this. Let's see if we could do. Can we do a boolean? I don't think this is the right boolean, but we'll see what we got here. Who has a boolean? Okay, this has a boolean. Let's select this. We want to hide this one. Okay. So I'm going to select that, and I'm going to say boolean like that. So that's what we get there. Nope, we want exact. That's fine. I'm gonna go ahead and collapse this. Alright, so it's reflected over on that. Let's select that. Just take a look. So there's some extra cuts in there. I mean, we're gonna get rid of that. So let's go. And this is not too far from some of the design elements that's already kind of in game. Okay, so there's a like little hanging vertices, stuff like that. I know different programs have ways to handle those kinds of things. If a vertex doesn't share 3 edges, it deletes it. But we could just go through and just select in here and just kind of do like a small cleanup, and this should suffice. Okay, so we're there. Okay, so we try to make sense out of that. And as I said, you know, we were sketching, right? So we got a ton more stuff to do here. Okay, let's take a look at if we unhide these interiors. Let's get rid of that. Okay. Okay, let's see what that looks like. I'm thinking this looks pretty good. This is looking pretty good. I know, looking at it, like, you know, it could have been a little bit better, a little bit cooler, but you know, this is fine. You just sometimes you just gotta work with kind of like what you got, kind of thing. Okay, remember I was talking about I wanted kind of like a head wrap thing. So let's do something like that here. I'm just gonna grab can we grab like an edge like this? This is what I want to do, guys. Just want to duplicate that, duplicate these 2 points. Can you join these 2 points? Oh, F. Yep, you can join these 2 points. Then I'm going to extrude. It's a cool thing about Blender. You could do all these kinds of wacky things. I could pull these back, right? And this is kind of like a good template here. So I'm gonna separate this. And now this becomes its own thing. Scale X 0. Scale X 0. Okay. Now you can move these to 0. Let's go front view. Okay, let's move these points up. Or like by the face. Let's scale these. Scale Y 0. Let's do something like that. Kind of building kind of like what this interior should look like. Could almost be like some kind of like helmet almost. That will be definitely cool. I mean, we could, you know, I mean, sky's the limit, right? Let's do that. All right. Let's isolate this onto itself. A wireframe on that. Okay, let's bring this up here. Let's match these points up. Okay. Okay. Oh, look at that. Could fix that. Okay. correct. Not sure this is the coolest thing ever, but it's kind of like a TV screen. We're gonna work something out here. Maybe it could be a little closer. Alright, we could come up with some cool way of making this relevant. It's an idea. It's somewhat of a helmet. If you want to make it more helmet-like, I think it needs to be scaled. So let's do that. Cursor to geometry. Oh. Scale up. Kind of visor helmet type thing. Let's go to the side view. I just remember I was saying that, you know, we're kind of sketching in here anyway, so, you know, nothing is set in stone. Oh, look at that. I see this has an angle there and this doesn't. So let's get that. Then we could look up, you know, different visors and stuff, you know. You don't have to reinvent the wheel for something that's probably already out there and that's cool. You could just iterate on, like, a concept that's out there. I'm always a big proponent, guys, you know, of trying to do things as original as possible. So... keep that like that. Let's rotate this, straighten that up somewhat, bring that in. Whoa, what's going on here? Let's go to top view. Okay, see what happened. Get that up here. Grab X. Okay, let's take a look. Solid. Turn off X-ray. Okay, this looks like this could be something. Yeah, that kind of angled somewhat properly. Let's get that kind of straight. Oh, let's angle this inner part here. This probably needs an angle. Maybe the visor goes a little bit lower too. Let's go to the side view. Let's extrude. Okay. Okay. Let's do something like that. We could always play with this some more. See if we get something a lot more interesting, a lot more exciting. I think this is a good kind of thing. It feels like, okay, a face is like definitely in here. Let's just pull that out some. Yeah, it's like a head thing, right? Right? And I think like there's something that should connect over here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna straighten this out. Let's bring this down a bit. Let's go to the top view. Let's take a look at what we got here. I think this might be okay enough. Okay, let's see if we could straighten this out. Let's straighten this out. Let's see if we can make sense of this. I'm going to go to this view. Let's isolate this. Let's see if we can get something a little nicer. Let's go like over here. Can we rotate this? Smidgen. Okay, so let's just select this again. Bring this down. Bring this up rather. Okay. All right. Okay. I think we're getting somewhere. I'm trying to create like this a cool negative shape here. That's something we could always work on. I'll bring this up higher. I think this needs to be a little bit lower. Yeah. That feels better. Okay, so almost like this, and maybe that. Gonna do something like that. Make that a new thing. Okay. I'm gonna extrude this like so. Extrude that like that. Extrude this like this. Okay, let's not do that, let's do this. Okay, I want this shape to be a little bit cooler. Or what I would consider cooler, so let's find that shape. extrude this. Okay. Okay, let's see if we can get this to conform to that. I really feel like that might be cool. Whoa! What we do? Okay. There we go. That's better. Okay, let's merge these. Okay, so I think this, let's view a front view. Okay, we're figuring this out, guys. I'm figuring it out as I go with you guys. Gotta average that. So I start rotating like that. Okay, let's unhide all this. Okay, I don't know if you guys kind of see where I'm going with this. Yeah, this is the kind of model people. Some people are like, "Whoo, what are you doing?" Something like that. I think maybe this cut could be cooler, but you know, it's all good. It's all good. We do what we can. It's all new and we're sketching it out. Your hair definitely goes inside of it. If you have a big hairstyle, tough luck, it's gone. Let's just make this a little bit wider. Okay, we'd have to, you know, like as you build each part, you kind of almost have to focus on it. So I know this part here is with this part. Let's hide that. Let's call this visor. Let's finally give it a name. Interior visor. I'm gonna hide this. Alright. And let's unhide the back. So see that this part here belongs to the back piece. So this has got to have its own level of coolness as much as we can make. Okay, I'm just zeroing out everything. There we go. Select these two parts, let's bring those down a bit. Maybe keep those up. Yeah, it needs to be like that. You kind of sort of figure this stuff out a little bit. And maybe this, you know. Yeah. That definitely needs a that. And this here is too straight, right? Okay, I think that's starting to feel a little bit better. Yeah, that definitely needs to go up like that. Okay, let's take a look at that visor again. So I kind of worked on one element here, just trying to make it kind of look cool. Let's go to top view again. Yeah, this has got to fix. Oh, let's isolate this. See, this whole thing could fix, right? Oh. Okay, guys. Okay. Something like that. See how that works. Ideally, that's kind of like that. Maybe something more like that. So it's almost like a comms piece. See how this fits on the head. Yep. Alright. This belongs to the back. Let's select this. And one thing I learned is like, I've heard is like, don't ever like try to like, you know, sometimes people try to equal out distances and stuff in tech, and they say that looks that looks really on computer generated. So it's good to not have all the distances in design equal to give it a little more freshness and to not look too lazy. Okay, so that's the back piece. Okay, let's bring the visor back in. So if we could hide this back piece here again. Okay, so we just have to conform the visor to this part here. Basically we're building something like this. It's almost like a helmet within that's separated into two pieces. I think that's, to me, this looks cool. I don't know. Yeah. That could kind of work like that. And then this last piece here, and then that back piece is open. Or maybe in this case we could equal that out there like that. Bring that up flat. So it could be like a flat kind of head grab. Z. Kind of flatten that out a bit. You know, the elongated head communication mask is definitely a cool thing. Let's keep that out there like that. Let's bring this up. I think this is, I like the way that looks. Cube head. That's all we needed to do was a cube head. Why didn't, you know, in the end, you know, your designs end up becoming something like this. No, let's not do that. Let's bring it down. Let's bring it. The side view. Let's go to the side view here. I'm digging that. Maybe it could have been a little heavier on the, you know, the side. Okay. Let's just give it some thickness, you know, just to see what's up. So we're doing our solidify. Okay. So it's a good thing we did that. I'm watching the back here. Okay. Let's extrude down, see what we get. Let's bring this part in. Let's go to the side view. Let's do that. It's almost like a headrest. Not quite. Do the interior. Take a look at what that looks like. Yeah, this would need some work because this should look a lot cooler than that. So the factor and everything is how cool it looks, guys. Not really. I'm joking. I mean, yeah, I guess in game design, that's what it comes down to. Yeah, see, like that shouldn't be like that. That should be. That could be like that. Not sure if that's the right way to handle that, but we're handling it. Okay, so this piece belongs back here. This front piece belongs back there. So if I take this piece, let's hide this piece. Let's view it in the front. Okay, so this is basically kind of sketching that in. So, you know, there's gonna have to be something that holds this together. So maybe we have a little more liberty to try to make this a little more epic. I'm just gonna pull this away from our eyes a bit, which is probably not the best way. But let's do something like that. Why am I using the word epic? We already have an epic, you know, themed, you know, showcase. I don't need to keep using the word epic. Okay, so this whole thing needs to be designed, guys. Basically, that's what I'm getting from this. I think I might like doing this. Let's try to do this. What does that do for you? Nope. Let's do that. Let's pull back this. Okay. Okay, so I think this is fine for now. You know, this could be definitely a concept. You could concept all this stuff up. Okay, so we got like kind of like some internals happening here. I'm gonna hide this. Right. So these are the control into internals. We have some more things that could happen around here. Maybe one of these things around the waist, like this one. Let's duplicate that. Okay. Let's do that to separate it. Okay. And oh. Okay. Let's do that. Let's make center geometry. I'm gonna try to straighten this out a bit and get it around the waist. It's kind of like a high-tech hula hoop. That's a Hawaiian hula hoop noise. Okay, all right. Let's go to the top view. How am I going to split this? Okay, I see how to split this. Let's rotate right there like that. 3 and 3. Let's go to the front view. Let's rotate this. Okay, let's separate these pieces here. Okay. So we got this half here on this side and this half here on that side. I think that's good for a waist thing. And everything else is going to be something in between that. So maybe, can we add this and this? No, we shouldn't do that. Let's just leave this alone. Hide that. Let's just see what the other front piece looks like with that. Yeah, we can work with that. Okay. So we got some apparatus going on. Alright guys, so I'm gonna call that a stream. You know, it's been a lot of fun. You know, just kind of sketching out some of these parts here. We did simple polygon modeling, and we just copied elements. We did some simple polygon modeling here with the kind of helmety type thing. We could work on this and make this a lot cooler. Although the coolest part should be the insides of this, you know, more than anything. So, and you know, the whole interior needs work. So, you know, we may or may not get to that here on the stream. You know, I may break away and work on the rest separately. But we'll see how it all goes. All right, guys, I'll see you guys in a little bit. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Yeah, and remember that on the 3rd of next month, it's a Saturday, and it should be, I'll tell you the time. The time of that would be 4 Eastern time. 4 p.m. Eastern time. So that's 4 p.m. the United States Eastern time. We're gonna have Spencer Magnuson. He's gonna show 3 plugins that he created. 3 plugins. One called Light Painter. The other one called Enview, and there's another one called Proxy Plus. And plus, he has some courses on Blender and CG Cookie, and he has some more stuff on Blender Market, and he's gonna tell you about all that sort of cool stuff. So until then, let me bring Xnikki back up here, guys. And Xnikki, we gotta tell everybody goodbye. Okay, I'll see you guys in a little bit. Take it easy, and you know, peace, and have a good one.
Boring!
What? Never boring in Blender, Xnikki. What's wrong with you? Okay, I'll see you guys later. God bless. Take it easy. Okay? Bye bye.
Long, long ago, we were the slaves of the Urgoth. And eventually, after much strife, we broke free. And so we made our walls high. And our convictions strong. There are many dangers. No one can survive out there on their own.
We found her last night, in the jungle.
They said she must have been out there for years.
It's not possible. I always knew this day would come. A new beginning.
You won't get your son back. You have my word.
And yet, new enemies would be forged. A line would be crossed. Things would never return to the way before. Look deeper, and you will see. Visions, Kelly. Your history. Your future. A life unlived.
You backstabbing rat! You sold us out! I never should have trusted you! She's in the middle of it. It's not possible.
The anthem swims through your mind. It knows you. It knows us all.